Hi everybody. I just wanted to kind of continue talking about my Limited Too experience because that experience really did have a profound impact on my life, and I think I really grew as a person. So I just wanted to talk about it. I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible. When I was hired on, the store had just been taken over by the manager that had hired me. They pretty much had cleaned house. There was a lot of drama going on. So they had to hire 2 new assistants. And then there was a key holder, like I talked about previously. Her name was Afton, that also had another full-time job elsewhere, but she was really good at what she did, so they hung on to her. And I believe there was 2 other part-timers that they kept, but pretty much they ended up cleaning house. They ended up getting 2 new assistants, and like I said, they didn't last very long. It was either because it's not what they wanted, they weren't used to working in a smaller store, or the other one I believe left because there was other drama between her and another part-timer. I swear, I mean, the smaller the store, the closer you get to the people, the more drama there is. But you're gonna find drama no matter where you're at, no matter where you work for. It's just gonna be on a different scale of things. But anyways, so I had worked there, started off at part-time, and like I said, I think in the other video, the manager, April, did see something in me. She goes, you know, you are at an age where you should be an assistant already, or at very minimum a key holder. You know, we need to get, start working you into that position. And I said, I don't know, do you really think I'm cut out for it? She's like, yes, I think you are. I was a type of worker, and I still think that I am, that I like to please my bosses. So I try to like go the extra step. I want to make sure I'm doing things right. And so, I always ask, hey, did I do this right? You want to come check it out? Or, get their opinion on something. And so I think I drove the other assistants when they were there a little bit nuts like that. But the manager, I think, appreciated the fact that she knew I wanted to do things the way she wanted them to, to look like, or to do whatever. And so she, brought it up to the district manager. Hey, I think I got a candidate to replace this assistant. What do you think? And so I interviewed with the district manager, which I kind of found intimidating because I heard so much about her. And she was a great lady and everything. And so I just, I'm sure my interview process was horrible. I wasn't very good at it. I didn't know how to sell myself as a person to somebody else. I didn't know how to highlight my good points, my features, what I could do for them. I didn't know how to put that on a silver platter and say, here, this is me, hire me, I'm ready to go. I had no idea. And so I believe I pretty much got the job because my manager had so much faith and confidence in me. So I ended up became the assistant. And so it was just the manager, the assistant, and the key holder. We were down an assistant, which other stores could run like that, and we did run like that for quite a bit until we kind of convinced Afton. We're like, hey, we really need you, come aboard, be the assistant full-time, come on, it's worth it, blah, blah, blah. She ended up doing it. I don't remember, I'm sure there was more to it than that as far as her end. I don't remember off the top of my head what it was, but it was pretty much April, myself, and Afton. And that first year we worked at that store, we turned that store around. We were #1 in our district, from being the bottom of the barrel in the district. And I believe there was 8 stores within our district. I could be really wrong. I don't remember. It's been a long time. And so from coming from the bottom of the barrel, we were #1. We had the best turnaround in sales. We were just blowing. I mean, granted, when you're at the bottom, the only way to go is up. But who would have thought we would have been that much more up? I mean, it just kind of shows you what the store was like previously, that it wasn't being run very well. Which, and my boss did, obviously she informed me on all the drama and everything that had happened previously. And I think that's why she hired me to begin with, because she knew the type of drama that I was coming with from Kohl's and what I had to deal with, the lack of management and everything there. So I think she kind of knew. Hang on a second. Sorry about that. So she knew, what it was like to work for somebody that didn't have the store's best interest at heart and wasn't ready to take it to the next level. So she knew that. And I think that's really why I got hired. So we did an amazing job that first year. And that second year, it was like, okay, now this is do or die for us. This is where we had to beat our numbers that took us to number one. And that was probably the biggest challenge and the most fun part. I enjoyed working. I mean, not only did my boss and working, I learned how to interact with somebody. I learned how to also help build somebody up too, like other part-timers up. I've, you know, from making schedules to being accountable for the store's money and all of that. I mean, just thought it was awesome. And I also learned how to, you know, when we hired part-timers quite a lot. There's a lot of turnaround because we get, you know, kids coming out of high school or that were in high school and then they would go away to college. So, and plus we'd also get people that, okay, they were done doing the part-time and we just didn't have any more room to promote because us three were already there. So it was kind of like you know, they would want to move on or something like that. So we did a lot of hiring, and from sitting on the other side of the chair and being the one that's interviewing the person, you learn a lot. And I also learned a lot by listening to how my boss interviewed potential part-timers as well. And the word that I probably will always use when it comes to working with somebody of authority is absolutely. Can you get something done? Absolutely. Can you go do this for me? Absolutely. My boss used that all the time. And that is like a go-getter attitude. Keyword you should embrace is absolutely. You want to be that type of person. Absolutely. I mean, it was just a really amazing experience. And I think a lot, like I said, it wasn't necessarily where I worked at Limited Too. It was the people that I worked for, the district manager, everybody cared. You know, it was one big family. I think we all still kind of feel that way about each other. So I was an assistant, I'd say about 1.5 years, and then I decided to go home during my husband's deployment. And I actually helped bring on the person that replaced me, which I thought was kind of a unique experience. I helped somebody take my position. That position would have been held for me, but I decided, like I said before in the other video, I just felt like it was being a disservice. I didn't know when I was going to be coming back, and I felt like that was leaving the store hanging, that they needed that open space or that open void filled so it would be more balanced out with everybody else, a little bit more fair. And so I helped pick somebody out. And she was a wonderful person. I'm actually in contact with April Afton and the person that replaced me, Ashley. You know, not on an everyday basis, not on a monthly basis even, but we still keep in contact, and we like to make sure that, you know, we're all okay. But it was, you know, a really, really fun time. I will say we worked in a very small mall. It wasn't very large at all because it's a small town. And working within the mall, you get to know everybody else's business within the mall too. Everybody talks, and that's probably the thing I did not like at all about working in a mall, was the fact that you knew people's businesses, you know, what their business was going on 2 or 3 stores down. If a store was closing, you kind of already knew why. You heard the stories, you heard the rumors. If you worked with somebody, and let's just say somebody else in a store, we needed to hire, let's say, a key holder, but we heard this key holder had worked previously from another store that was, you know, where they had worked as a key holder prior. All we had to do is walk over and go talk to the manager and be like, hey, what happened? And if it was like, you don't want to hire this person, and if you trusted that manager's take on it, you weren't going to be hiring that person either. So that was kind of crazy as far as how fast information spread like that. But it was a great, great, great experience. If anybody wants to start in retail, I would suggest going for a smaller store like that. Don't go for the big box stores like Walmart, Kohl's, or Dillard's, even Macy's. I mean, yeah, you might get a decent discount, but you don't get to build that family bond, and I think you get to learn more because it's more one-on-one, and I appreciate one-on-one. That's what I did not get at Kohl's when I worked there. And And what I kind of wish now is that I had kids when I was working there. My daughter, I mean, I can, you know, I know when the best time to go shopping there is. I know all the best times to go. However, when you're working there and if you have children, you can get a great, at least I know they're under new ownership now, so I don't know what everything entails now, but they used to give a great discount, and you can use those discounts on top of clearance prices, on top of sales prices. It was wonderful, and it was a great deal. I used to get my little sister stuff all the time. But I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you for listening. It was rather long. I apologize for that. And for all my Old Limited 2 Justice buddies out there, old associates, hi, how you doing? Thanks for watching. Again, please, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And thank you for watching. Y'all have a great day. Bye.